Why is God keeping me waiting for so long? Why does it appear that God is blessing everyone else but me? Why do I feel stuck in my life's journey? These are questions that frequently trouble our hearts as we travel through life. It's not always easy to wait for God's timing, but there is hope when we understand why we must wait. The main reason is that God knows everything while we do not. He can see the end of something as soon as it begins. God said in Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10, "I make known the end from the beginning, from ancient times, what is still to come. I say, my purpose will stand, and I will do all that I please." We have a limited view of life, but He sees everything. He sees into the future and the past. He knows the best time to give you your dream job, house, and good health. If God planned it, it would certainly happen. We sometimes fear that God will never fulfill His promises to us simply because it's been so long. His word has never failed and will never fail. For as the rain and the snow come down from heaven and do not return there, but water the earth, making it bring forth and sprout, giving seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it. Isaiah chapter 55, verses 10 through 11, ESV. Trust God's timing. If He made a promise to you, He intends to keep it, no matter how long it takes. He didn't make a mistake when He promised you something. When He allows you to wait, He knows what He's doing. Even if your timing appears to be better, know that God's ways are higher. If God said it, it will happen, regardless of how long it takes. God genuinely cares about you. He loves you so much that even the hairs on your head are counted. You are important to Him. God is not keeping you waiting to hurt you. He has no plans to do so. If He makes you wait, it's for your benefit and His glory. You may not see the big picture, but you can trust God's timing because He loves you and only wants what's best for you. God has never broken His promises. Reflect on your life and the promises God made to you in the past. Has He not kept them? You may not understand God's timing, but you can trust in His faithfulness. Remember how He's always been there for you when the waiting season feels long and difficult. Don't fall for the lie that God isn't on your side. He is. He has previously been faithful to you and will continue to be so. According to the Bible, a day is equal to 1,000 years in God's eyes, and 1,000 years are equal to a day. So if you've been waiting for 3 years and it feels like an eternity, remember that to God, 3 years is like seconds. He sees a bigger picture than we do. Believe in His timing, because He is never late. I know the waiting is difficult, but God will carry you through it. We believe in His timing because we believe in Him. God is who He says He is. Trust Him when He says you should wait a little longer. Maintain your faith. Hold on and commit your entire life to God. Waiting seasons can be very upsetting. Days become weeks, weeks become months, and sometimes months become years. Be assured that this waiting period is for your benefit and the glory of God. God wants to prepare you for what He has promised before allowing you to enter it. He won't take you into a new season until He's certain you're ready. He is a good Father who does not set His children up to fail. He wants to bless us, but only when we are ready. Now, it's your responsibility to submit to Him and let Him prepare you. If you resist what God is doing in this season, you set yourself up for failure in the next. Stay where God has placed you until He says you're ready to move forward. In your waiting season, God may be teaching you patience. We frequently pray for patience while forgetting that the only way to become patient is to be patient. Patience is difficult, I know. However, good things take time. According to the Bible, the kingdom of heaven is like a seed. It takes time for seeds to grow into trees. Similarly, God's plan for your life will need patience to be fulfilled. Maybe you're waiting because God wants to show you how the kingdom works. God's good gifts take time to manifest. God wants you to press into His presence and patiently await His timing. Even if you're still waiting on a promise, He wants you to come before Him in thanksgiving. In your waiting time, God builds your faith. Faith is the foundation of our entire Christian life. Pleasing God is impossible without faith. So, from time to time, God allows us to go through waiting seasons to strengthen our faith.
You will always have to wait for something in life. It could be as simple as joining a long queue or being in the waiting room before your needs are met. And it could be as hard as when you have to wait for a dream to come true, a change of circumstances to happen in your favor, or to await your betrothed spouse. Irrespective of what you're waiting for, it is not a bad thing to be expectant of something. But too often, we want it right away, not later. Human nature is characterized by instant gratification. It comes by default. It is easy to get frustrated when things are not playing out in the way and at the time you want. You're tempted to ask God when. Why not now? Not even as an inquiry, but as a statement of despair and despondency. God sees that indeed you need to grow up in the area of trusting Him rather than always asking the exact period He has set to do what He wants to do. If He indulges you in this habit, you'll never learn to trust Him, and your lack of trust makes your mind feel worn out all the time. Pitiably, you miss out on the invaluable joy and peace in your waiting period. The likelihood of having an overall insight into what's going on can be detrimental to your walk with God. Sometimes knowing everything can be unsettling and devastating. You must learn to leave things alone and accept that some questions may never be answered. Your proof that you trust God is that you refuse to worry. You refuse to worry about the set time to meet the right person. You refuse to worry about the set time for your healing, upliftment, and breakthrough. You refuse to worry about anything at all, for worry robs you of happiness. Ask for the grace to trust God. Ask for the grace to trust Him more. God wants you to live by discernment. That is, a knowledge that stems from His revelation, not from your head or mind. Not from you always trying to figure everything out, whether, how, or when He will do it. Leave everything to God. Leave Him to do it at His will, because He is in control of times and seasons. Your answers may come tomorrow, the coming week, or some years from now, but He is never too late nor early. He's just in time. Habakkuk 2:3 NIV. For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it lingers, wait for it. It will certainly come and not delay. He understands the dilemma of waiting. He knows He seems slow to you and sees how confused and forgotten you feel. Of course, trusting God's timing is not as emotionally exciting, but it is better. It is better for you to be well-grounded and solid by undergoing the process than to trust yourself and meet your downfall. The Bible has records of people who waited a long time to see the manifestation of His promise. Records of like Abraham and Sarah's expectancy of a child, Joseph in slavery and prison, and the Israelites' journey to the Promised Land. For them, there had to be time to undergo training and pass through varying trying situations. But God never failed to take care of them and direct their path. The same goes for you. God is working on your problem. His plan for your life is good, but you need to rely on Him. When you decide to trust Him, follow Him, and obey Him as He leads, in due time, He will exalt you. And someday, the time will be due. Not the time you think you are ready, but the time He knows you are. Now that you know God is in control of your time, beloved, you should never compare yourself to those ahead of you. You don't live in the same season as others. That's why you should never be jealous of those enjoying their harvest while you are still in the sowing season. You should rather be encouraged by their results and testimonies. So trust God, who is doing the very best for you in your present season. Perhaps in your current season, you're plowing the ground, planting the seed, or nurturing the plants. Whatever the stage you're undergoing now, God's timing is perfect. When harvest time comes, your prayer requests and heart's desires will begin to manifest so much that you will forget the sufferings you went through. Your testimonies and breakthrough will be so evident to all. Blessings and favor will be yours everywhere. Joy and peaceful delight become your everyday mood, for He has made everything beautiful in its time. Dear Christian, have you for long hoped for the harvest time in your life and are tired of waiting? Cheer up. Everything will fall in place when it is the right time. Your job is to trust God. He doesn't do things on your timetable. His time is often a mystery. Acts chapter 1 verse 7 NIV. He said to them, "It is not for you to know the times or dates the Father has set by His own authority." Yet His word promises that He will not be late, even past 1 second. So stop worrying. Stop trying to figure it all out. You will get the life of God and be at rest when you believe in His workings. Remember, He is always on time.